Alright. My name is Chase. Welcome to the new YouTube channel. For those who might recognize this car on my other channel, this is kind of, I guess, the shop channel, so to speak, or probably just going to be my main channel from now on to post. For those from my other accounts, TikTok, Instagram, whatnot, my other YouTube channel has mainly all the racing that I could ever record on my phones. There's a couple of things I ripped off VHS tapes and whatnot, so if you like, I'll leave that one in the description of this video and possibly my link or description on this channel. But like I said, my name's Chase and I drive a 1964 Super Sport Chevelle called the Scarecrow. It is a small block Chevy blown alcohol car, and we are one of the top guys, I guess fair way to say that, one of the guys in white car racing. We are a Kansas City, Missouri street race based team. We have done no prep, regular prep, back of track, and small tire street racing. I've been running with them since 2015, but I've known Toby way before when. The main focus of this channel is just kind of what we do day to day, or what I can film that doesn't seem completely boring. Pretty much any other project that we got going on in the shop right now. Obviously this one's under construction again. Got a Pontiac behind me, there's a Camaro here, and another Camaro and a Chevelle over there, and a friend of mine down south with his Mustang, if he lets me film, and just overall odds and ends. I was kind of tossing around the idea of making a channel like this, just because, you know, I wanted to do this while my dad was still here, but I wouldn't be able to monetize anything by just who he was, I guess. If you know, you know. If you don't know, Snowflakes would never appreciated him, and he didn't care for him a whole lot either. But I'm gonna do my best to try to keep this channel updated and maybe do just little rant videos here and there, shop talks and whatnot. Might even do a driver profile or two, you never know. But mainly, I would like to put some of our sponsors out, just because of, you know, how they helped us and whatnot along the way. Our motors wouldn't be anything without Bob Morton Enterprise, so he obviously gets the top slot just because he's been with us for many, many years. This car would not be anywhere near as fast without him. RP Blowers, Rudy Petra, he keeps this thing flying, and all of our other cars that are supercharged. You know, the little 671s at the R, they pack quite a bunch. Richie Doherty converters. Obviously, you can't get the power from the motor to the rear end without going through a converter, and quite frankly, if you got a junk converter, you're not even going to get past the transmission anyway. So he's one that keeps our combinations going. We build our own power glides in the shop. We set up our own ring gears. As far as my parts guy, well, one of these days, whenever I can, you know, afford everything again the way I want, I'm probably gonna have to talk to him about doing some header work, because it was really shameful what I did to those Lemons headers as far as zoomies on this car. But Grafton Fabrication, Chris has been a lot of help when it comes to this car, and the deals on the shocks that I've got on this car, the control arms and everything, and future to come orders. What he's done for this family since my dad's passing has been, he's helped out a lot. Speaking of headers, the last sponsor my dad helped me get before he passed, which I did not expect, was Lemons Headers. Edith, you've done more than your fair share of, you know, keeping me on track and getting me probably a set of the best looking headers that you can get out of the box that money can buy. As far as fitment, I'm going to blame the heads for being angle ground, because I had to put a small dent here and there and where they were wanting to touch on the frame, but everybody else who has had a set of Lemons headers, they fit right out of the box. So I'm pretty sure whenever I get a new set of heads for this bad boy, this bad girl, my bad, won't have any issues at all. But again, as far as out of the box headers, you can't get any better, especially the quality of the work that they come. My tire prep sponsor and t-shirt sponsor, and overall, just if I need any help with the nitrous side of things here and there, or just a little bit of advice when it comes to street, you know, for anything really. Gap apparel, honestly I can't remember the name. Karen Price, Skinny Secret Sauce. They've been my tires prep sponsor since day one, since I got my hands on one of their first jugs. We bend our own tubing in here for roll cages. We do our own wiring. Fuel system, we do our own. As far as fuel system consulting, Fowler, they've been a help for our hat injectors and whatnot. As far as supercharger parts, we bounce between RBS superchargers and Alky Digger. They both, Mike and JR, have been an amazing help from both of those companies. For my odds and ends questions, when I need them kind of answered now, Doc Baker, with the Demon Sexy Redhead. Maybe one of these years I can owe him a get back for kicking my ass at Race Wars. Really, I think I'm sure I'm missing several. You know, I'm like John Forrest, I can only name the ones that come to my head right off the bat. I got a whole back window full of them. Garage Boat Racing, Joey, if I ever needed Joseph, if I ever needed a part yesterday, you know, today, you're definitely the guy to call. I needed a blower pulley the next day, and he got it to me the very next day. Jack Barclay Photography. You know, what can I say? You know, best pictures in the game. You know, for being an out-of-towner. We're not really a member per se on the Brotherhood of Street Racers, but I do support what they do, the Minnesota division, for what they do for no prep and back of the track and street racing here and there. I know I'm missing several, but well, can't believe I forgot this one. Ron G, Afterworks. They're the only shocks I know where you can be completely screwed up on the suspension setup as far as where your bars are thrown on your four-link, and the shocks will still say, okay, here, we'll help you out. Once we get this thing back running again, I get this four-link back to where it was happy, then the shocks are really going to be what makes this car fly. For being on the weekend, excellent service as far as, hey, we got some questions, you know, kind of need to know within a half hour, you know, boom, right there, answer. And I'm gonna kick myself in the nuts for not remembering. TRZ, like I said, between Grafton Fabrication with TRZ, I have nothing but good things to say about their product. Tried and true, bolt-on, just amazing product. We dropped a lot of weight on the front just by switching over to their chromoly tubular control arms, and just how easy that they work on the front as far as up and down wise. I mean, you take a regular factory control arm and, you know, you have, you know, there's a lot of friction, I guess, when it comes to when it comes to the ends on those, the bushings. But these, I went over, with these in particular, when you go over to rod ends, I mean, there is no restriction at all. I mean, how freely this front end moves up and down with the car now is just phenomenal. I guess our final sponsor, so to speak, is our group, Wyco Racing. What Toby did for us and what now Kenny and Chris do for us when it comes to racing and what we can get off and be safe and organized, I've been pretty satisfied with racing with them for the past couple of years, with Kenny being ahead of everything now with Chris. It was some pretty big shoes to fill with Toby, but you know, this is what we have to work with, and what we have to work with is more than good enough. As far as Toby goes, obviously we miss him dearly, and he was a big part of what we are today. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be near where we are now. So, always got to give my tip of my hat to him. I think that's about it as far as introduction video. Like I said, our goal is to get this thing in the floors somehow, some way next year with the little small block that we got. We'll go into a more detailed video on that when it comes to this car. And my last sponsor, I'm sorry. Bummy, Legendary Chop Shop in Urick, Missouri. Any odd and end thing that I need done, you know, as far as, you know, tires being swapped around or what have you, you know, just little shit, you know. He's the guy. If I need a block or a motor for some car, you know, it's a daily driver, hell, even a throw together race motor, you know, I give him a ring and see what he has. Our partnerships, like I said, we run with Wyco Racing. This shop is finally decided a name, and it kind of stems back to my dad. The biker club that he ran with a long time ago in Michigan was called the Branded Rebels, and I only know of one other member that's still alive, and it's Uncle Daryl, close friend of mine, my dad's, his brother, so to speak. All I have left of that from way back when is a membership card, and to me that seems like a pretty fitting name for what we do. It might not be the status quo of what we do here. What might be right for us might be wrong with somebody else. What I've learned is the right thing changes every single year on some things. So the right way this year might be the wrong way next year. And that's how I look at it. But I am always willing to learn, adapt, try new things. And quite frankly, I think that's what being a rebel is all about. You know, you kind of go against the status quo. You know, you do things differently than most. I think that about fits. I think that's about it. Our partnerships, we do run under Wyco Racing. We are a member of Wyco Racing. As far as the shop name, we are Branded Rebel Garage. And one of my teammates, partners, so to speak, if you will, that runs, I'm not for sure if he wants to run under our name or, you know, with us, but Legendary Chop Shop. I've been kind of fiddle-farting with his car, trying to get it running again, so we'll just, if I'm allowed to take videos while I'm over there, maybe get an interview with him, we'll post that up, but I'll try to keep up with content the best I can. Like, subscribe, you know, ring the bell if you want. I really don't give a shit. I'll try to post cool things as I go, and, you know, maybe learn a thing or two from the people in the comments. You never know. Rock on. That's what I always do on my Instagram videos. And follow Wyco Racing on Facebook. Legendary Chop Shop, you know, on Instagram, Wyco Racing on Instagram. Supercharged Scarecrow for now on Instagram until it turns into Branded Rebel Garage. Branded Rebel Garage on TikTok. And we'll see you at the next one. I think we're going to do okay with this channel.